Wurundjeri, Kundi Bik. Could I get everyone to say Wurundjeri? Come on, we'll do a bit better than that. Wurundjeri. That's a bit better. I thought I'd bring the clipsticks today because it's very special to us, that Yarra River out the front there. The Yarra River is a very part of our history of Wurundjeri people. But first off, I'd like to pay my respects and acknowledge any past and present Aboriginal elders here today and emerging elders, but all elders of all communities, because when we do a welcome to country, it's about bringing all elders in. So if you was on the other side of the Werribee River, we'd be bringing the Wadawurrung on. If you're the other side of the Great Divide, we'll be bringing the Tunarong and Djirri. So we'd be bringing other people and celebrating. But just imagine, we've been doing education for over 30,000 years plus. So things have certainly changed in the last 200 years. So our universities and our classrooms and everything was out in the open air, under the gum trees and everything. And if a lot of the people from overseas that have come here to visit, you're in such one of the beautifulest countries in the world. So Wurundjeri people, we're very passionate about our country, and our country runs from the mouth of the Werribee River, then it goes right up into the Great Divide, and then from the Great Divide it goes right up into the Yarra Ranges, and from the Yarra Ranges it goes right into Mount Borbor, and from Mount Borbor comes around to the Mordialloc Creek, and then from the Mordialloc Creek it comes back around to the mouth of the Werribee River. But the politicians that are here today, our electorate's pretty bigger than what their electorates are. So, look, I love talking about now. You have two of the family groups here. Jessie and the dancers, they're from the Terrick group. So their great-grandmother and great-grandmother and that are part of my grandmother's sisters. So we're all blood related here today, and I love doing when we're doing it and acknowledging the three family groups. It's a pity that we don't have the other family group, but young Jesse here, he's a part of the, like I said, the Terrick group, and all of our people were born at Corrindurk Aboriginal Mission Station up at Hearsville. So that's very sacred to us about Corrindurk, and if people get a chance, especially people from overseas, and go up to Swanson Street and have a look down Swanson Street and have a look at that beautiful Aboriginal man's face on that building. That's William Barrick. That's our great-great-granduncle. To come from that man and what he done. And he was one of the best teachers, I think, that Corrindurk and Aboriginal people ever had, because he was like, how could you say it? He was like the headmaster of Corrindurk Aboriginal Mission Station. And he fought against the Quarter Caste Act, and sadly, it got up. And he fought very hard in the late 1800s to stop the Quarter Caste Act, because a lot of people don't realise that Quarter Caste Act that was developed here in Australia in the 1920s, that finished up going to South Africa. So, a lot of things that come out of Australia and what it's done around the world, but we just love talking about our culture and our history, and I'd just love to keep talking to you and bore you all night about, the Aboriginal culture, but, we just love it, and our people that come off of Corrindurk, and just think of when you pour that cup of coffee out in the morning or that cup of tea, think of the colour of it. And then when you put more and more milk into it, think how it changes over the period of time. So that's what some of us in the Wurundjeri, but it still remains that cup of coffee or cup of tea. So, we change with a lot of time, but we're very proud of our history. Of course, all of us within Wurundjeri, we're all blood related, and we all come from William Barrick's sister, Annie Borat. So we're so proud to put our hand up and say that we're actually Yarra people, because it was only up until 1984 when our name was changed to Wurundjeri. So we're always, and William Barrick was the last king of Melbourne, which was put on him by the white man of the mission managers at Corrindurk at the time. So Wurundjeri Kabik again, welcome to our country and have a great conference, and thanks for having me. Thanks very much, Tar.
Thanks to my cousin there, Jess. I wanted to acknowledge all of my elders, all of my ancestors, the spirit river that flows right through the middle of Wurundjeri country, all the different layers of Wurundjeri country, the below country, the on country, the water country, the sky country, and Tarangalpi, which is Bundrell's home. And all of my grandmothers and grandfathers, that's my name, my way of saying elders in my language. I acknowledge the different language groups that I'm part of. I acknowledge the Djirri Wurrung and Wurrung Wurrung people. And I also acknowledge my mum, who's German. So, and she was a very staunch woman, and she supported my identity my whole life. So I always like to acknowledge her. And I acknowledge all the community members that have passed recently. We're in sorry business at the moment, but we're sticking together as a community to get through it. So I acknowledge those that have passed as well. So Baladunyan Wangat Naranik Mandi, Wurundjeri Willamik, Wurundjeri Balakut, Mundonai Murup Galara Birarang, Ba Lalal Ba Gugung Nugalik, Ba Kiripik Ba Pupup Nakurenik, Ba Jaja Wurrung, Ba Nurailam Wurrung, Ba German, Ba Bikut, Bikdui, Banyabik, Moranmutbik, Wurubik, Bundrulal, Willamu. So that language isn't spoken by anyone in Victoria or any of the 38 languages in Victoria. They're not spoken fluently by anyone. So what we're trying to do is bring it back, and there's no better way really to bring it back than through song and dance creation. And we've been going for a few years now, and we try to recruit really young people into our group, young Wurundjeri women and girls, and our youngest is 1. So she dances on her mum's chest in a little carrier. Sometimes she walks around with her mum when we're doing rehearsals and things, but I'm really glad that I'm able to watch her grow, because she won't remember when she learnt her culture, language and song and dance and everything. Because in our community, in Victoria, especially Southern Australia, Southeastern Australia, there's been at least 2 to 3 generations of cultural loss and death. I don't use the words loss and death when I speak of my culture, because when something's dead, you can't wake it up. So our language and culture has been sleeping. So what we do as our small little group is we try to wake it up, and I think we're doing a pretty good job, because we've got so many girls that are really interested in being part of our little group. And we're also all family members. We're all from one lady, Annie Barat. And I always love seeing all the different ages. And we usually got a little 7-year-old, 3 7-year-olds actually, that sing with me. But being a school day, they couldn't make it today. But that would have been a sight to see, because I'm really overpowered by them when they sing. But another proud moment to watch. But the dances that we've got tonight, daylight savings, I don't know what time it is. The 2 girls in the front, they're my daughters, and Michaela is my cousin at the back. Like I said, we're all related. All Wurundjeri people are related today. And this first song is our Woman Jikan Yarka. So woman means come. G is a word ending that means an instruction of me asking you to do something. And ka is purpose. So throughout Melbourne, you'll see a lot of signs with that word on there, Woman Jika. So the words to this song represent strong women, proud women, and you'll hear them calling out ngagaji. And ngagaji means hear us in our language. So this is our Woman Jikan Yarka. Bambocho maninga, Bambocho maninga, Wanganino, Dula Pagarok, Wanganino, Dula Pagarok, Nagaje, 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 Wang. no. Tula pagarok. Ngagaje, 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 ngagaje. Win maleo, coreno, galen bariamo, momelamo, womanjeka, womanjeka. Thank you. Yeah, ochre, little ochre malfunction. Yeah, it's a beautiful powdery texture and it just falls off your face. And if we ever get lost when we're dancing, we just follow the ochre footprints. So, or the gum leaf trail. Yeah, I've had to find them a few times that way. So that was our Wurundjeri Nyarga, our welcome dance. And like I was saying, within our group, we're a cultural support network for each other. And what we try to do is create songs and dances that I don't do all myself. I get my girls to help me make them. So I write the songs, and then my daughters choreograph the moves to the words that I tell them what the words are. And Kaya, the one on the end, the far end, she actually made this into the tune that it's got. And this is the Djirri Nyarga, the Willy Wagtail dance. And have we got any international guests here today? Yeah, quite a few. So you might not know what a willy wagtail is. It's a funny little name for a bird, but it's a little black bird, probably around the size of a sparrow, and it's got a fan tail. So when they're walking, they've got a bit of swagger. They've got hips, they sway. So when the girls are dancing, they represent that swaying of the hips, and it represents the Spirit's messenger that's given us our dance. And a bit later on in our presentation, we've got another bird that gave us language. But this little particular bird, if you see a little black bird with a fan tail and white stripes on his face, that's the willy wagtail, and that's why we've got white on our faces. So this is our Djirri Nyarga, and it's about how he came from ancient times to give us our dance. Wirigiri al moropo, wirigiri al moropo, wirigiri al moropo, Djirri, 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 wadananya nyarga nyapo, wadananya nyarga nyapo, wadananya nyarga nyapo, Djirri, 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 dumbanya nyarga dulap, dumbanya nyarga dulap, dumbanya nyarga dulap, Djirri, 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 wadamba nyarga bulak, wadamba nyarga bulak, wadamba nyarga bulak, Djirri, 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 brokok nyarga maram brokok, nyarga maram brokok, nyarga maram, Djirri, 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 nyarkanya yalengos, nyarkanya yalengos, nyarkanya yalengos, Djirri, 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 mundanai nyarga bulak, mundanai nyarga bulak, mundanai nyarga bulak, Djirri, Djirri, Djirri. Ripped it. I'm getting my piece of paper out because we've got a brand new song that we've just written and performed for the first time, really. We've only done it 3 times, but we performed it last week now at Tanderrum, which is a ceremony of the 5 language groups of the Kulin Nation. So you've got 38 languages in Victoria, like I said. So in this part of Victoria, you've got the Wurundjeri, which is Melbourne, and further out in towards the Yarra Valley, the Hillsville Sanctuary area. And then you've also got the Bunwurrung, which is the coastal strip. Then you've got the Wadawurrung, which is Geelong, Ballarat area. Then you've got Djirri, which is up in the Bendigo area. And then you've got the Tanarong, which is on behind the mountain ranges that go right through the middle of Victoria. So we're quite a large area of Victoria, and we're called the Kulin Nation. So in Tanderrum, we actually had them all come and sing in their own languages. It was amazing. So I think we're still a little bit exhausted from that. because there's a lot of preparation that goes into such a big ceremony like that. But it's been reclaimed after 180 plus years of not happening. So I think it's a very exciting time culturally to be around, especially in an urban environment, because culture is in a resurgence and we've got so much support for it. And these are true examples of that resurgence here. So the song that we've put together represents all those different layers of country that I mentioned at the beginning. So the below country, the on country, the water country, the wind country, sky country, and then Bunjil's home. So Bunjil's home, Tarangalk actually means forest country above the clouds. So if you take any of those layers out, it can't survive. All those different layers of country can't survive. And that's how we see our community. We've got all different roles and responsibilities in our community. If you take one of them out, the community fails. So we have to work together to remain strong. So this song is, like I said, about those different layers of Wurundjeri country. So this is our Bik Nyarka. Wurundjeri, Wurundjeri al narapo, 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 narapo. Wurundjeri, Wurundjeri al narapo, 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 narapo. Tarangalk big, Bunjilal, Bunjilal, Willamo, 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 Willamo. Tarangalk big, Bunjilal, Bunjilal, Willamo, 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 Willamo. Wuro, 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 wuro big, Bunjuang, Bunjuang, nyanga, nyanga. Nyanga, nyanga, wuro, 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 big bunjuang, bunjuang, nyanga, 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 nyanga. Murmut, big, wuronga, wuronga, ngolo, 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 ngolo. Murmut, big, wuronga, wuronga, ngolo, ngolo. Ngolo, ngolo. Ban yibik, yumrala, yumrala, morenda, 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 morenda. Ban yibik, yumrala, yumrala, morenda, 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 morenda. Big to a yambulak, yambulak, nyarga, 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 nyarga. Big to a yambulak, yambulak, nyarga, 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 nyarga. Big kotero, nororo, ngarambel, 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 ngarambel. Big kotero, nororo, ngarambel, 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 ngarambel. That takes a lot of breath, that song. So like I said, it's a brand new one, so I have to really make sure I remember to breathe. But the words and the meanings of those words means something very special to me, because every time I sing it, I get like adrenaline pumping through my body. It makes me feel good, and that's what culture makes everyone feel like. We all feel really good and pumped because it's something that's very special and unique. So we've got another dance now that represents another spirit bird that gave us language, and this one is the lyrebird. And when you're again from overseas, we've got very weird and wonderful animals in Australia. One's the platypus. We've got a creation story about the duck and the water rat coming together to make the platypus. The features of it represent both of those animals. And then we've got this other bird, and it'd be worth looking up later, the lyrebird, because he just sings everything that he hears. So he may hear other birds in the bush. So you may hear cockies, parrots, any other birds that are around. And then you may suddenly hear in the middle of nowhere a car alarm, a camera going click, an aeroplane. So it was like, well, what's going on here? But then you actually have a look around and you see these male lyrebirds copying every sound exactly how they hear it. So this song is representing how he's given us our language, and the girls are representing the female lyrebird and how they're out in the bush doing the same kind of things that we do, just walking around, maybe having something to eat. And then they hear this sound, and then it starts to get louder and louder because they compete with each other to get the best voice, the best females. And when we do usually have those three singers, the 3 7-year-olds singing, they are like those male lyrebirds trying to sing higher and higher than the other one. It's really cute to see. So then I have to go higher, but then I don't care. Like I said, it's all about the kids and the younger ones coming up. So the girls are the female lyrebirds, and they find the male and they start to follow him, and they speak the language with the male lyrebird. So the Djirri, Willy Wagtail, gave us dance, and Bullen Bullen, the lyrebird, gave us language. Ngangak nyulu bulak, nyagan nyulu bulak, yingan nyulu bulak, dubaji nyalo bulak, dubaji nyalo bulak, garamne nyingaje, balit nyingaje, garamne nyingaje. Bong bong, nyolo. Bong bong, nyolo. Nyangache bong bong, morap goyep goyep. Nyangache bong bong, morap goyep goyep. Nyangak dumbanya. Winna dumbanya. Dumbanya wananye nyolo. Wunkache wananye nyolo. Liwik bulak 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 nyolo. Nyungojin, thank you, and enjoy your trip to Australia.